Hey,
Hey, everybody, welcome my co-host Jason.
what's
We are
up?
really excited about today's topic. I am very passionate about this topic, and that is because
Beyond.
many agents do not have a formal system in place to reward the people that are bringing them business. And the fact of the matter is your sphere knows so many realtors. We joke that they used
Mm,
to know one or two back in the day, but now they know at least a dozen at church alone. And
true.
so if they know a lot of realtors and they're sending you business, in other words, they're referring to you and really
Yeah.
putting themselves out there, then don't you want to reward that behavior?
You would
Because
think,
what will happen if you don't? What
right?
will happen if you don't?
Yeah. Well, I think we can
And
all relate to this as consumers. It makes sense to us as consumers, that concept. But when we switch into realtor mode, it's gone. It goes someplace else. I don't know.
yeah. Because, like, have you ever been loyal to someone until you weren't? All of us have that story. And typically, you were loyal to somebody and then weren't anymore because maybe you had bad service or maybe you didn't feel appreciated. You didn't feel
Mm.
important, even though you were providing massive support to that business. So, we're going to dive in today into how to create a modern, exclusive VIP program that your people are going to love to be in. And let's dive right in, Jason.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start with some basics, babe. So, what is a VIP program?
Okay. So the literal meaning, if you were to look it up in the
Mm.
dictionary, would probably be very important person. We, of
Oh.
course, that influential agent would like to say a very influential person. But really, a VIP program can be called anything you want. It's nothing other than a customer appreciation program that's
Mm.
basically taking your raving fans from a marketing plan to a loyalty and appreciation plan. Yeah.
Okay. So so that's what it is. That's awesome. So do I need one as a realtor? It's like why should I have one? That's to me that's the natural human instinct. It's like why? Do I need it? Why? Tell me why.
Well, and so many people are like, it sounds good, but I don't have one.
Right.
And yet they want referrals, but they don't have one. So um, there is a book by Ken Blanchard. It's called Raving Fan. And he says that one raving fan is worth more than 100 satisfied customers.
Ooh.
And you think about it, agents are just constantly trying to get new leads and get referrals.
Oh
And
yeah.
when they finally get one from somebody, for some reason, that's not in the thought process to put them in a customer appreciation program. Maybe they send them a little gift card and then they forget all about them. And
Yeah.
that is not what we need. We want to reward that behavior. We want to continue to get referrals and we want to continue to provide value to their lives. That is the best place to spend your time and money. And that is on the people who are already showing you support. So that is why, hands down, you need one. That's that.
So I get a VIP program and then everyone that I like is in it. Or is there
Wrong.
standards? Do I have to is there like a
Is
fee?
there
Is there a
standards?
membership fee?
Right. Is this something we sign up for? Right.
Right.
Okay. So I have seen this done a lot of different ways. And what I'm here to say is equate this to the real world. Everything you do should equate to the real world outside of real estate.
Okay.
If you are sold into, like, let's say you go to resort, and this, Jason and I love resorts,
Man, we
as
love resorts.
we love especially all inclusive resorts where they pamper us. And usually most of them have some kind of club, right? That you can
Yeah.
join. And what do you get when you join that club?
It's all about the perks.
All about the
It's all about
perks,
the
right?
perks that you get. It's all about but if you're in the club, you get to eat at this restaurant on the beach. But if you're not, you just get to look at the people eating on the beach and wish you were them.
And so what it does is it makes you feel like, oh, if I'm in that club, I'm
Mm,
exclusive, right? Now,
yeah.
if they let everyone, Jason, eat at that restaurant on the beach, would it really be exclusive? Would it really be VIP?
No, it'd be just
No.
like everything else.
Yeah. So you really do want this to be exclusive. It's not for your whole sphere. This is for people who have sent you referrals. Now, the way that we do this ourselves and with our coaching clients is we do this on a rolling 12 months. Okay.
Mm,
So if somebody just sent a referral to me, they're going to be in my VIP program for the next 12 months, unless they've given another referral in 6 months. That continually, it's rolling 12 months. Okay.
okay.
Now we audit this list once a month. It doesn't take long at all. It's on a Google sheet, kind of like a spreadsheet. And we can see the month they gave us a referral. So we only have to edit, okay, what was 12 months ago? It takes 5 minutes to audit that once a
Yeah.
month. But I go back and put that again in real world terms. Jason, are you part of a customer loyalty program anywhere?
It's a very exclusive one. It's Kroger. Uh,
Kroger.
or that. It depends on your pronunciation, where you're at locally. But yeah, it's like
And
Kroger.
what do you
So
get
if
out of
you,
that?
we get some really cheap gas. That's why we shop at Kroger for really cheap gas. I mean, obviously they have food and everything, but that's a perfect example because I shop at Kroger, I get cheap gas. If I stop shopping at Kroger, I don't get free gas or don't get cheap gas. I've got to pay full price. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is no different. Now, we are not telling you to audit that and then send video notes to people saying, by the way, it's been 12 months. You haven't sent me another referral. You're kicked out of the program. That is not what we're saying. This is really on the administrative side, on the back
Yeah.
end. And a lot of people, but I feel bad sending them out. And they haven't used you in 8 years.
Yeah.
These will continue to be sphere, and we will continue to market to them in the sphere of influence, but they are not VIPs. So how you know if somebody's a VIP on a rolling 12 months is they have either referred to you in the last 12 months or they were self-referred, meaning they themselves used you, okay,
Okay.
for a buyer seller transaction. That's how you know who's in the VIP program. So it's not everyone.
I like what you said about that because it's so weird that not well, I say it's weird. It's so weird to have realtors make emotional decisions about their business. I like you just said it perfectly. I've heard that so many times. Well, yeah, but they're such a good friend. Well, they're not sending you business, so how good a friend are they? So they're either on your VIP list or they're not. It's very simple. Did they send you a referral? No, then they're not on your
No.
VIP. Now maybe if we build that relationship, they'll send us one, and guess what? They get back on it. But it's okay to get someone off your VIP list because these should be the people who are absolutely building your business.
Yeah, and we're about to go into the steps of what they get with the
Mm.
VIP, and you're going to see if you let everyone in on it, it's watered down, and you're
Yeah,
not going to have enough money to really pamper these people that are in your customer appreciation program, making it watered down. And if it's watered down, it goes back to the example we just gave at the beach. It doesn't feel exclusive if everybody gets it.
yeah,
And by the way, I don't know what it is psychologically about people wanting to be in clubs and VIP, but people love it. They want to be in it. And so we are going to use that, but in our industry.
okay,
Yeah, for sure. So that's who should be in it.
okay. So I got who's in it. So let's talk about that. How do we reward these people? Are we rewarding the closing or rewarding like how does that go about? What am I giving them?
Okay, I love that you asked that because a customer appreciation program is not the same as a closing gift.
Hmm.
Okay, if you choose to do a closing gift, that's great. I know we do, and I think that's fine, but that is not the same as a customer appreciation program. That is a closing gift. Okay,
Okay.
so those to me, you need to separate those out, especially for RESPA reasons. Okay, we don't want to be in violation. A closing gift is one thing, and a customer appreciation program is a whole nother thing. And
Yeah.
what we do to reward the people that are in that program is threefold. And we're going to break this down for you.
Break it down. Break
Threefold.
it down.
Yeah, yeah. And what most agents do here, what I have seen, Jason, there's two things that I see them doing the most.
Okay.
Uh, and it's not going to be one of my three things. One of the things I see them do the most is events.
Ah, events.
Events. Okay. Now, I know I'm going to be stepping on some toes, and I know some of the people are going to want to argue with me to say that, hey, I've been doing events for years and people love them. The people that go might love them. But
Yeah.
what we know from statistics is that people are too busy to go to your event, in that you are out of touch if you think that people want to go to those. We just talked to, we had a big speaking engagement today, and
Yeah.
somebody came up to me afterwards and they're like, we didn't want to admit that that was true, but it is, because they spent a ton of time and money on events like going to the theater and renting out a theater, excuse me, for their VIPs, and
Right.
having a photo shoot with Santa. And what happened is they work really hard and spend a lot of money for those events. 30 people RSVP'd, okay, and only 6 showed up.
Wow.
That's going to be common, you guys. And then the theater event that they held had a lot of people there because they were allowed to bring their kids. But
Hmm.
he said he didn't get to connect with people. And then they left the theater going, thanks, that was awesome, and then just left. And there's no real connecting happening. And it's not something that's going to last past that day.
Well,
So
you know what?
event is not where it's at.
Can I say something about that? Is that I think that realtors make the mistake of thinking that because they put this event on, then you came, that enough or that alone gives them the right to talk to these people about using them as real estate agents. When I didn't make that, that's not what I think. I think that here's a free event. I know you. You sold us our house. I want to go to that event. I'm enjoying it, and I'm out. So I think that's a mental disconnect. It's like, no, I didn't get to talk to you. It's like, well, I didn't know that was part of the thing. I thought I was just going to come watch a movie with my kids and then leave, and I
Well, and
appreciate it.
they don't actually have to talk to you, but I think that it's like, okay, but that was 6 people,
Yeah.
and if you would have put that same time and energy and money into the way we're going to show you, you could have affected 100% of them, and
Oh,
of the VIPs,
yeah.
versus 6 people. So while events are great, they are not effective the way that the strategy will be that I will break down for you. The other thing that we hear a lot on stages across the country, because we're here, you guys, to tell you the things that are working and not working. That's what this podcast is all about, is, hey, that was working, but now this is more effective. What's the other thing, Jason, that you see people doing all the time every year at Thanksgiving?
Oh, here. Okay. So it's the pie delivery. It's like every season or every Thanksgiving season, a bunch of realtors turn into home pie delivery people. And
Yeah.
I don't, okay, like you said, number one, expense. Number two, time. Number three, you're assuming I like pumpkin pie, or you're assuming I like whatever pie you drop off. And I feel so bad because of course they're going to say thank you. Of course they're going to seem gracious. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. A pumpkin pie. I never would have thought to have a pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. Thank you. You saved my family's Thanksgiving. We were about to dive into
They can get
politics,
one
but
of
then you
those
showed
on
up.
their own.
And
Yeah.
so I never understood the level of excitement that agents get for delivering their pies to like so many, and they're exhausted by the end of it. And that's
Yeah.
only if you can't take a lot of time to talk to these people. You got to go deliver a pie, say something quick, and then you're out. It's like, is that effective?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Or
I get so much. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I have seen where people have them come to your office, but I've asked my sphere, hey, would you come just for a pie? And they're like, heck no, I'm not driving there. I don't have enough time for that. They're busy people. So, and I'm not hating on you. Everything's a numbers game. I used to do pies. I used to do events. So none of this is your fault. What we're telling you is that things are evolving now,
Yeah.
and there is a better way. People are busy, even the ones that love you. So we're going to break down that 3-step process now of, okay, well, if it's not events and just pies, what is it that we're supposed to be doing?
What is it?
All right. So the first thing, I break mine down in 3 categories. And the first 2 are ones that I feel like people just don't think about enough. And it's
Mm,
crucial. Okay. The first one is passionate reciprocity. Passionate
okay.
reciprocity. Now, to break this down quickly for time, this means this shouldn't be a one-way relationship. Jason, if you're giving me referrals
Yeah.
and you're in my sphere and now you're my VIP because you just gave me a referral, then I should be passionate about reciprocating this to you. So I should know exactly what you do for a living. I should know if you can benefit from referrals.
Hmm.
Who's your ideal client? I mean, do you
Yeah.
see how it's like, okay, this isn't just about me receiving referrals, but what is it that I can do to contribute to your life as a VIP? It's about consciously making it or purposefully, I guess is a better way of making sure that there's reciprocity in that relationship and that you are passionate about helping them equally as them helping you.
Yeah, if you've ever complained about not getting referrals, I think it's so powerful, babe, when you're up on stage and you say, "Do you know what they do for a living? Could they get referrals?" And there's this silence that
Have
falls
you ever
across the
given
crowd.
them a
Have you
referral?
ever
Yeah.
given them a referral? I was like, whoa, convicted.
Yeah. And, guilty party of one. That used to be me. And that's how I realized, whoa, before we even start talking about events and gifts, let's talk about the basics of caring about someone and passionate reciprocity, which
Yeah,
leads me automatically to number two. And that's a proactive relationship. Not only do I want to reciprocate, but number two, I need to be proactive about knowing what's going on in your life,
yeah,
right? About truly caring about you and your family. You're caring about me and my family when you're giving me a referral. I want to do, and I'm privileged to get to care about you. So I would like to do that with my whole sphere, but specifically, it's going to be even more proactive when it comes to my VIPs. I'm going to understand if there's a charity they're passionate about. I'm going to know if they've had a death in the family. I'm going to know if they're sick. I'm going to know if somebody in their family's having a baby. And
yeah.
those are things that I'm going to make sure that I am proactive about at that next level from the sphere.
That's good. That's good. What's the last
So,
one?
all right, the last one is what's going to replace the client events, and that is unexpected appreciation gifts. Unexpected appreciation gifts. This is really all about intentional giving because that shows appreciation for your relationship and it's going to keep you top of mind. Now, I do want to say that this might ruffle some feathers too. A lot of you might be doing pop buys for your gifts.
Bob, I need that. Ba, 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 ba.
And the thing about pop buys, guys, is most people are doing pop buys to their whole sphere.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is it not really feel like a VIP gift. It feels more like a trinket. Like when I think about it, the ones that have been delivered to my house, it's like
Oh,
a bag of popcorn that just says, I'm just popping by, or
forget me nots.
forget me nots.
Forget me
That's not
nots.
truly a VIP thing. That's more
Mm.
like swag,
Yeah.
right? Because it's got your information all over it. What's another reason why we don't like Popeyes, Jason?
Um, yeah. No one wants you to pop by their house. I guess that's the easiest way to say it. Like, it's Amazon or it's food. Those are the only reason that my
Yeah.
front door is going to open, and I know
Gosh,
exactly
the
when those
pizza
two
sounds
things are
really good
happening.
right now.
Doesn't it? Though? Anyway,
Yes, yes.
okay. Again, these are ideas that have been our industry for a while, and they've kind of outlived their usefulness because times have
Yeah.
changed. Absolutely, and babe, we talked about this before. When I was little, my parents had this other couple that would stop by, pop by. And there was a coffee cake that we were never allowed to eat because they didn't know when they were coming, and I always
Oh my
wanted to have
gosh.
it, but I couldn't have it because they might come by and it didn't make sense in my brain. And that's the world that we had. And people pop by and they would stop in and they would sit for hours. And like, can you imagine that today if some of our people that
No,
we know just knocked on our doors like, hey, what's up? We're in the neighborhood. Just want to
no.
come by for a couple hours. I'm like,
I,
you need to leave. Our friendship is
don't be
now
popping by
over.
my house. Don't be popping by my house. Text me like a regular friend, okay? Like
So
people have
if
ring
that
apps. They don't even get up and go to the door anymore. They're like, yeah, I don't know that person. That's not gonna happen.
But that's such a powerful thing that I guess I don't know why we don't think about it. You don't pop by someone's home anymore. And it's like, no, 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 I've got
Yeah.
some good friends. Okay, great. That's one person. But if you're thinking that mentality on like 50 people, it's just doesn't make sense. And
Yeah.
majority
It's
of
not
agents are praying that that person isn't home.
Yeah, yeah. Because the original intent was to relationship build, knock on the door, like you said back when they came to your parents' house. But that's not the world we live in today. People
No.
don't want expected gifts. And you guys, it's not scalable.
Mm.
It's not scalable. If you were to go, even for VIP, not even your whole sphere, and deliver a gift to their house quarterly, you might as well be an Uber driver. You are going to be worn out and you're going to be inconsistent. It is not what we're doing. So when we are giving unexpected appreciation gifts, it is sent in the mail,
Yeah.
and 100% of our VIPs are for sure going to get that gift and benefit from that gift. Now, I can't go too in depth on the gifts themselves, but I'm just going to give you a little bit because of time. we like these to be keeper pieces whenever possible. I don't typically send consumables or food unless there's something that I know that specific VIP is obsessed with, and I might do that. But in general, I want it to be something that's going to benefit them and their family for a long period of time. So an
Mm,
example of that would be we picked some really gorgeous blankets that were in a neutral color, but they were pretty fancy. They were pretty bougie. And we
bougie.
had sent those off to, they were so soft, like I would have cuddled with it for sure. But we sent those off to somewhere and we gave them an Excel spreadsheet of the last names of all of our VIPs. And then that got embroidered on every blanket. So each person had a blanket with their family's name on it. And when they got that from us, unexpectedly, they didn't know they were going
Right.
to be getting a gift. It felt like Christmas. And that is so cool. And we don't give them in times that's expected, like Christmas time. We don't do that. We do it when it's unexpected, quarterly. And they're going to want to keep that. I've actually had people send me pictures of the blanket that was laying over the couch and it's always out and they're always thinking about me. But notice I said we put the family's name on it,
Not my name.
not my
Not my
name.
team name.
Tell us about that, Jason.
Not my logo.
Yeah, nope,
Okay, so
no.
if you put your name on a gift, it is not a gift. It is called swag, and there is a time and a
Okay.
place for swag. If you're hosting an event, if you're taking care of the little league team, awesome. Put your stuff all over it and blazing it. That's amazing. That's swag. They get your name out there. However, for the VIPs that have given you the opportunity to make a good 16, 30, 40K in GCI, that requires a gift, and a gift has nothing to do with you on it. So
Yeah.
let's talk about Cutco knives. Cutco knives is the ultimate gift that you to get someone. Okay, that's fine, get them, but don't put your name on it. Put their name on
Put
it.
your name on there. Put their family name on there.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Make it all about them. It should feel exclusive and it should feel special. And hopefully it feels like a keeper piece. And you guys, this can be leveraged to somebody else. That's what I love. So
Yeah.
you get the benefit of sending it. 100% of your sphere gets it, whereas events, not 100% of the people can go. For the same amount or less money, 100% of your VIPs can benefit from this gift. It's just like when you get an unexpected handwritten note or gift, how do you feel? Awesome,
Yeah.
right? So we want to get that same feeling to them, but I'm not just doing it every once in a while. I'm not tying it to the closing. Actually, we send these out quarterly, and this can be leveraged to someone else. So if you want to hire somebody just to handle that project quarterly, just for a specific project, it doesn't have to be an employee. It could be somebody that you just hire for the project alone, because you
Mm.
can get the credit for it and somebody else can do the work, right? They don't know that you didn't package that sucker up. They don't
Right.
know. Okay. Okay, so just to recap the three things that we do to reward our VIPs is number one, passionate reciprocity. How can we help them in
Passionate.
their lives? Number
Yeah.
two, a proactive relationship, just next level relationships. And number three, quarterly unexpected appreciation gifts, constantly being top of mind. You will, a lot of times, you won't have to audit them off the list because they didn't just get one gift. They're constantly being thought of by you. They can see that you're trying to help them, not just the gifts, and they're going to want to continually send you referrals, and it's going to blow your mind how well this works.
That's so
um,
good.
all right, that's the three things.
Can you talk about cost? Because you've been saying a lot of stuff like gifts, and they should be nice gifts. And now I'm starting to stress out because I'm trying to pay bills and I got to get people gifts. So what's
Right.
the cost that goes along with stuff like this?
Okay, I would say if you're just starting a VIP program, the best thing I can suggest is that out of each closing, take out 2 to 5% of that closing and put it in a separate business account for VIP gifts, for the
Okay.
VIP program. And if you're like, that's a lot of money, okay, 2 to 5%. Let's say that it's $250 to $500, depending on the kind of closing you have. If
Yeah.
you wouldn't have got that referral, you wouldn't have had that $12,000 commission. But you're telling me you can't set aside 250 of that for a customer
Oh.
appreciation program?
Oh.
I,
Harsh.
that doesn't make any sense to me. Now, what does make sense is you may have to build up the money over time because you
Yeah.
haven't been doing that in the past. That's okay. It's okay to start somewhere. Your first year, you might have to only send one appreciation gift and work your way up to quarterly because you don't have that fund going yet.
Yeah.
Most of our gifts are around $50 a quarter. It depends, though, how many referrals they've sent us and what tier they're on. But you can start somewhere in a separate bank account. Yeah, that's my suggestion on cost. And Jason, we've seen people spend $3,000 like nothing on a
Oh,
magazine ad that people
magazine,
may or may not see.
billboard, postcards, all this stuff that's like I hope it works because I don't really know. Or take that money and put it on your VIPs because that's money well spent.
100%. Exactly. You're gonna amplify that money times 100 more in that VIP program. All
Can you
right, we're
talk a
winding
little
this
bit?
up. This is
I was gonna say, can you talk a little about like compliance issues? Have we gone over that? Did I miss that part?
Yeah, we're winding this down to the most exciting part, and this will be quick, is compliance. You guys,
Yeah.
some of you might be listening to this and saying, wait a minute, doesn't that violate RESPA, Amber?
Hmm.
Gonna get us in trouble? And here's the thing, I want to separate. Customer appreciation programs are not the same as closing gifts. Okay. They are not tied to a closing. When somebody refers to me, regardless of it closing or not, that person is now in my customer appreciation program. And what I do in that customer appreciation program is not tied to an exact closing.
Yeah.
And if I can now prove that I have an entire customer appreciation program where gifts go out quarterly, a bunch of people are in it, that is different than tying it directly to a closing. And that's where you're going to have those RESPA violations happening. But I will say you should not advertise that you are giving gifts to your
Mm.
VIP program,
Yeah.
because then it does sound like a bribe. Then it does kind of sound like that quid quo pro, right? Like, if you give me referrals, I'll put you in my VIP and then my VIPs get gifts. No, you cannot do that. That's
Well, I think
that's
that's
advertising.
and I think that sometimes they do that by accident because they're so excited. They're so excited to give gifts and treat their VIPs and be all
Yeah.
special and everything that they go, "Oh my gosh, I got the VIP program. It's amazing. You should be in it." I was like, don't tell them. Just make it a surprise. Let it,
Don't do it. Make it a surprise. Nothing's better than being awesome, but even over delivering on that and them not expecting it. Okay. So do not advertise that.
yeah.
That's when you're going to get into some trouble. But because it's not tied to a closing and it truly is a customer appreciation program, it's separated out for tax purposes. You can write off as much as you want. It's not tied to a closing gift, and it's not violating anything for RESPA. Having said that, do check with your broker to make sure your brokerage doesn't have any local or brokerage rules that maybe you are not aware of. Okay.
Yeah.
But RESPA should not be a concern here if you're doing it the right way. Woo, that was a
So
lot of
good.
information in a short amount of time. I want to encourage you guys, if you haven't started a VIP program, start one soon. Make it a priority in this year's business plan to slowly start rolling that out. You can get somebody, leverage somebody to help you do it, because I want you to imagine what your business would look like if you took the time to really love on the people who are supporting you, because there's no better place to spend your time and money than on your VIPs. So I want to encourage you to take action today and start planning your VIP strategy to strengthen your relationships and generate some more referrals. Gotta love
That's
that.
so good. So good, man. All right, guys, that's all we got for today. If you like what you heard, remember to subscribe to the podcast and listen to future episodes. Share with a friend. That's what I always like to do. It's awesome.
That's right. And remember, God has given you everything you need to succeed. All you have to do is take daily imperfect action. We'll see you next time.
Later.